What's going on, Doc? Where are we? When are we?
We're descending towards Hill Valley, California at 4:29 p.m. on Wednesday, October 21st, 2015.
2015? You mean we're in the future? Hello everyone, welcome back to the Real Screen Team. I'm Andrew Thomas. I'm here with fellow time traveler Christopher Johnson.
Hello everyone.
And we're continuing our Back to the Future marathon with Back to the Future 2.
Yes. A very good film.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily say it's better than the first, but a very worthy sequel.
Yeah. I really like this film. But before we go into the overview, make sure to find us on Facebook, The Real Screen Team. Where else?
You can also find us on Reddit, Instagram, TikTok, and Lemonade.
And make sure to find us on YouTube and make sure to like, comment, share videos, and definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yep, we're still trying to make it to 500 subscribers. Your help would be greatly important in helping us reach that. And we would be very appreciative.
But we're discussing Back to the Future 2, so I guess I'll start the overview.
Yep. By all means.
Back to the Future Part 2 is a 1989 science fiction film. It is a sequel to the 1985 film Back to the Future and the second installment in the Back to the Future franchise. The film was produced by Universal Studios and Amblin Entertainment and distributed by Universal Studios. The film was directed by Robert Zemeckis from a screenplay by Bob Gale based on a story written by Gale and Zemeckis. The film stars Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd, Leah Thompson, and Thomas F. Wilson, with Elizabeth Shue replacing Claudia Wells and Jefferey Weissman replacing Crispin Glover in supporting roles. The film was filmed back to the back with its sequel Back to the Future Part 3. And now the synopsis. Time-traveling duo Marty McFly and Dr. Emmett Brown return from saving Marty's future son from disaster only to discover their own time transformed in this nightmarish version of Hill Valley. Marty's father, George, has been murdered, and Biff Tannen, Marty's nemesis, has profited after uncovering the secret of Biff's success. A sports almanac from the future. Marty and Doc embark on a quest to repair the space-time continuum. I say it was a really good sequel.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it is a good film. I just think that the first one had such a greater impact. Yeah. But yes, as a sequel should be, it's a very good companion piece.
Yep.
And plus, it also shows the greater implications of changing time.
Yep. But let's get into the cast, starting with Michael J. Fox has 4 versions of himself. Maybe 5 if you count him being the other Marty from second 1955.
Yes, actually, you're right.
Yeah.
Yes, Michael J. Fox as Marty McFly. Marty McFly from 2015. Stock footage Marty McFly from the first movie. Well, actually, no, it wasn't stock footage. He played himself again in 1955. Marty McFly Jr. and Marlene McFly. I feel bad for you, Michael.
Yeah,
I feel bad for you.
Yep. So he has to travel to the future to go save his kids from going to jail permanently.
Yeah.
Because in 2015 there are no lawyers, as you can see.
That's a daggone shame.
Yeah. They
What?
abolished all lawyers in 2015 in that timeline.
Why?
They don't say. It just is a thing in the future.
So how the hell do we still have the judicial system?
Guess the judges just do the rules.
Oh, no. We don't need that. We don't need that.
Yeah.
God help us all.
Yep. So he goes. So Marty has to go disguise himself as his son because they both are played by the same actor.
And they both look the same, except Marty Jr.'s voice is a little bit higher pitched.
And Marty Jr. is also more like George McFly.
Yeah, he's a pushover. How in God's name are you Marty's son?
Yeah.
How are you Marty's son? You should be no pushover.
Yeah. But he still gets to be pushed over and gets knocked out by Griff's gang. So Marty has to go do his usual chase
Yep. Which,
for hoverboard.
I mean, the skateboard chase was fantastic in the first film.
Yep.
But the hoverboard chase, my God, that was fantastic.
Yep.
And once again, Marty shows how much of a cool, ingenuitive, and just downright nice guy. But unfortunately, we do find out one thing. He doesn't take kindly for people questioning his bravery.
Yep. A thing that they decided to do because they thought they made Marty's life too perfect, so he has to have some sort of tick.
And that's calling him a chicken.
Yep. A running thing this whole movie.
I swear. Come on, Marty. You should be much more secure in yourself that you shouldn't have that as, your Achilles heel. Come on, man.
But things do turn out right by
Well-
sheer accident.
Well, for the future, yes.
Sort of. Yeah. That Marty feels like doing some bets.
Well, yeah,
almanac,
until
yeah.
that happens.
Yep. Of course, future Marty suffered after breaking his hand during a car accident where he hits a Rolls Royce.
Yep, because he was called a chicken
Yep.
by someone else that we will talk about later.
Yep. And he looks more like Michael Douglas. Future Marty.
2015 Marty.
Yeah.
Which is weird because Michael J. Fox doesn't look anything like that
Yeah.
today in 2025.
Yep. Who also gets himself fired by being goaded by his own Biff.
Which we'll get into.
Yep. Apparently the bullies get the high ground in the future. Let things change, yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
I swear.
Of course, Marlene McFly is just there. She's just there to battle exposition to the grandparents.
Yeah, and also they wanted to laugh at Michael J. Fox.
Yep. I'm trying to. I'm pretty sure they dubbed Michael J. Fox's voice for Marlene because it doesn't sound nothing like at least in the finished film. So I'm not quite sure who dubbed for Marlene.
I think he just tried to do his best woman voice.
Nah, not the lead scenes. The lead scenes, he's
Oh, he's dubbed.
yeah,
Oh, okay. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, those were what happened to his future, and then have to go back to 1985 where things are different.
Yeah, because they also ran into Biff,
Yeah,
a much older Biff.
it's smarter Biff.
Yes. I guess with age comes wisdom.
Yeah,
And he decides, while they're dealing with all those shenanigans
with Jennifer and all that, yep.
He decides to steal the DeLorean. And he finds the sports almanac after Doc threw it away initially. Yep. Goes to the past, meets 1955 Biff, gives him the almanac. And then when Marty and Doc return to present day, it's hell on Earth.
Yeah. Marty's house isn't his house because Biff married his mom. His alternate self's at a boarding school somewhere.
Did they say Switzerland?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got shipped away to Switzerland.
And apparently him and Lorraine him and his mom don't talk in this timeline. Even though she seems pretty happy to see him in this, despite the fact that...
Well, I think it's the she didn't want to send him.
Yeah.
But...
Biff.
Yeah, and he is very upset about it.
Yeah.
So he's mad at his mom for not sticking up for him. Yeah. I think that's the reason why.
Yep. So he finds out all sorts of crap happened.
The school burned down. Strickland is having shootouts with former students.
Yep. He has Biff as his stepdad. His dad.
His older brother Dave is a drunk.
Yeah.
What happened?
She probably would have been a hooker, they said. Yep.
That's what they would have done to Linda?
Yeah.
Oh, why? Oh God, we do live in the worst timeline.
Of course, they realize. Of course, thanks to Doc, they find out that yes, old Biff create an alternate timeline.
Yeah, in which...
Well, alternate timeline?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. In which now Biff has become a major success. Multimillionaire? Yeah. And he's essentially turned Hill Valley into a hellscape. And he's just mad with power.
Yep. Of course, Marty confronts him with the sports almanac, which surprises Biff.
Yeah.
So he plans to kill him like he was planning to do because of old Biff's instructions.
Yeah, if you ever run into a kid or a weird scientist.
Yeah. I think he already put away the weird scientists. So
yeah.
Already committed.
He got Doc committed.
Well, alternate Doc committed, yeah.
He killed George.
Because he found out.
And then he was going to kill Marty.
Yep. Luckily, Marty's smarter than Biff.
Yes.
Despite his fate. And had a backup in case something went all wrong on finding out about the book.
Flying DeLorean and hoverboard.
Then he gets to go try to seal back the book while trying not to run into his other self.
Yeah, because then that would cause
paradox.
Yeah, and then we'd have a black hole the size of Belgium.
Yep. So yeah, it was funny him trying not to run into his other self. Talking about suggestion that he hears his mom talking to his other self during their date, saying that she could give their kids anything at all. And Marty, in 50s Marty says, I would like to have that down in writing. With current Marty saying, yeah, me too. Yeah. So that was hilarious. And then seeing him mixture of old footage and current him playing Johnny Be Good. So we get to see his hair change plenty of times. because they used a mixture of archive footage and the current, and him doing it again.
Which he still did fantastic.
He actually has his own fight against Biff's gang twice.
Yeah.
First being chased to the death in alternate 1985, and then 1955.
Yeah, where they plan on attacking him during his performance.
Yep. Luckily,
Knocked him out.
by sandbags. Apparently, sandbags are hard enough to knock you out.
Hey, they're heavy.
Yeah. Of course, he had to be stuck by a chicken again, by 50s Biff,
I swear.
and make this movie even longer. Before he finally did burn the book.
Yes, after having a fantastic and intense confrontation in a tunnel.
Yep. Of course, he gets stuck in.
Where all he has is the hoverboard versus Biff's car.
Yep. That he just cleaned since the Manor incident the day before, or a couple days before, whatever. Yep. So yep.
But yeah, like I said, Marty is still awesome. It's just, yeah, the whole chicken thing, and also Marty, you should have known not to buy the almanac.
Yeah.
You should have known better. Come on, man, you're better than that.
And he gets himself stuck in 1955. This time it's not by his fault. This time.
Yeah. Because after getting the almanac and burning it, Doc accidentally got
Struck by lightning.
Yeah, he and the DeLorean got struck by lightning.
So we get two DeLoreans struck by lightning the same night.
Ha! Funny.
Yep. Like one goes to the future, the other one goes 100 years into the past. Well, 70 years into the past in that timeline.
Yeah.
Speaking of Doc Brown, played by Christopher Lloyd, is fantastic. I do like his new suit that he wears for most of the movie. Well, the first half of the movie.
How is that supposed to be one of the representations of what we would wear in 2015? No one dressed like that in 2015.
And no more need of plutonium to time travel. We get Mr. Fusion.
Yeah.
Make it much more simpler.
Yeah.
And less of a pain in case you lose anything.
And make sure you don't get shot.
Yep. So he goes back from 2015 to go get Marty and Jennifer. Well, mainly Marty. Jennifer's just there to go solve the problem.
Yeah.
And of course, he's the exposition warning about paradoxes. And he also gets his own makeover. From turning into an older guy to getting everything replaced to be younger.
Which would end up being very important for the third movie.
Yep. Of course, he wants to destroy the time machine after just that one incident because he has a change of heart.
Yeah.
Which, as much as I agree with Doc, I think he's just needs to calm down and relax a bit. He just needs to come.
You know all the shenanigans this man has been through in just the past few days.
Mm-hmm.
How would you? How
past 30 years because.
Well, yeah, because 1955 Doc, then you have current day Doc. How would you feel about knowing all these course of events?
Yeah. Don't.
You'd be a bit on edge too, wouldn't you?
Yeah. So he's mainly exposition. He finds out when he gets back to 85 that nope, it's not his 85 since he's currently committed.
We live in hell world.
Then he has to tell Marty all about alternate timelines. Gives exposition about that they can't go back to 2015 because It would be Biff 2015.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What would that be?
Would he still be around, Biff? Because of the lead scene?
Well, I mean, that version of Biff got erased because he changed the course of events.
With the lead scene, of course, according to the commentary, he got shot.
Yeah, in
so he doesn't. So he
in 1992.
Yeah,
he got shot.
Yeah,
by Lorraine.
So whatever was left of Biff world, but we never know what happened to that Biff world. So we just assume that he's just there, he's still living high and mighty. Of course, he traveled. He has to go back. It's his first time traveling back to 1955. With Marty.
To make sure that they get the almanac away from Biff.
Of course, he has trouble fixing the time circuits. He's sending it back to the new year of 1885. Yes, January 1st, 1885 was the time circuit change.
Of course.
That he tried to fix. Which all now became a problem. Of course, they go back and he runs into his 50 self. Briefly.
Yeah. Maybe we'll see each other sometime in the future.
Or in the past. Of course, of course, as we say in part 3, he gets struck by lightning and sent to the Old West. His favorite pastime.
Well, his favorite time period.
Yeah. So Marty has to go get 50 Zach's help again.
Lord have mercy.
But let's talk about the true star of the movie. Yep.
Thomas F. Wilson.
Yep.
As Biff Tannen.
Yep.
1955 Biff Tannen.
Yep.
Hell World Biff Tannen,
Yep.
Nice Biff Tannen, Old Man Biff Tannen, his grandson Griff Tannen,
Yep.
and the voice of his grandma, Gertrude.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Thomas was busy.
Yep. Doing all those, along with flirting about the trying be in one spot so he could go back to another spot of himself. Same thing with Michael. So complicated.
And apparently Biff owns his own car service.
Yeah.
So, and I guess later on in the future, I guess he still owns it, but he's kind of retired from working.
And bullied by his own grandson.
Yeah. Yeah, how does it feel, Tannen? How does it feel?
Yep. Even though he's growing smarter in 2015.
Like I said, with each comes wisdom.
Of course, he finds out because he saw the DeLorean when he was Nice Biff leaving. So he got to see the DeLorean again and then realized there were two Martys when Marty Jr. shows up. Then he puts two and two together yet.
That thing can go through time.
Yeah.
Sports Almanac.
Yep. So he just stalks him to Hilldale and steals the Sports Almanac because Marty's just fascinated with his future place to pay attention. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
He travels all the way back to 1955.
And meets his past self.
Yep. He's probably disappointed at his past. He was disappointed with his past self.
Yeah, because he knew how much of a butthead he was.
And an idiot. He was back in the day.
It's make like a tree and leave. You sound stupid when you say that.
Yep. Yeah, so yep. Of course, he gives it to his 1955 self, and then we get to meet the Biff horrific self.
which gives a lot of implications of what we currently live today.
Considering that Thomas F. Wilson's inspiration was Trump for that.
Did he just know in the future we would end up with difficulties?
No, not really.
Did everybody think just something not right here?
No. They did it because Crispin Clever didn't do the sequel. So, of course, Biff got the spotlight. Of course, it would be Biff's fault that George wouldn't be there.
And the man has his own museum within his casino that he also lives in.
Yep. Where the guy who punched him so he could get the woman he wanted to be with in a loveless marriage.
Where he had her end up getting breast implants and like a couple facelifts.
And brought his old gang back.
Yeah, essentially as his bouncers.
Yep.
Yeah. Good to see you again, Billy Zane, Casey Siemasko, and Jeffrey J. Cohen.
Yep. They have a little bit more to do compared to the first one.
Was it Match or Skinhead who wore the cowboy hat?
It was Zane.
Oh, it was Match who wore the cowboy hat.
Yeah.
Apparently 3D found much better older man looking 3D glasses.
Yep.
And Skinhead just, he grew his hair out.
Yep.
Okay. But they're dangerous.
Yep.
Still not too bright, but dangerous.
Yep.
Still doing everything Biff wants them to do.
Like knock out Marty.
As the sniveling toadies that they are.
Yeah, like knock out Marty to send them to the hotel. Yep.
Lord have mercy.
Of course they
and I think didn't they kick Dave out?
Yeah. In the lead scene, yeah.
Lord have mercy.
Of course they also beat. Of course, their storyline was mistaking 50s Marty for the other Marty.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, they would have beat down Marty and he wouldn't have gone back to the present.
Yeah.
Thank the Lord Marty knocked them out.
Yeah. Of course, Biff found. Of course, we get to see 50s Biff get the almanac, along with kind of call forward with the Lorraine saying that she wouldn't marry him even if he had $1 million. Along with old Biff telling him about what happened. So we get both a call back and a call forward in the same time.
Oof.
Yep. So, yep, we get all that going on.
Plus a fantastic chase sequence.
Yep. And we get the... Well, and of course, he gets punched first by George, then he gets punched by Marty again after he seals the almanac. He's like, I can do CPR. I can do CPR. What's CPR? Yeah, it's funny, that guy thought he stole his wallet.
Hey, are you taking his wallet?
I think he took his wallet. I think he took your wallet. I think he took his wallet. Yep. Imagine getting paid for that one. For that was those 2 lines or 3 lines.
But let's not also forget about Griff.
Yep.
Tannen. What is going on with that kid? What is going on with him? I mean, he willing to commit felonies and whatnot, and he's got his own gang. Data, played by Ricky Dean Logan. Spike, played by Darlene Vogel, and Whitney, played by Jason Scott Lee.
Yeah.
God, why did he doesn't even get to have a cool nickname. He's just Whitney.
Now, but his personality makes up for the cool name. McFly, hoverboards don't walk on water unless you got power. Yep.
And how in the world did they put freaking rocket boosters on hoverboards?
Just a thing.
Eh?
Of course.
And hey, that little girl that lost her hover scooter, she ended up getting Griff's hoverboard.
Yep. Of course, Griff also, of course, like you said, Griff has a female gang member compared to who's has spiky nails, which you don't want near your private parts. Marty Jr. found out.
Oh no.
Yeah. She got him right in the. Yeah. And we get to meet her mother in the ride, being the secretary. Yep.
Hopefully things change so Spike doesn't end up becoming a delinquent.
Yep.
Running with a Tannen.
Yep.
What the hell? What was he wearing? Why are you wearing a helmet?
I guess he crashes a lot, just like his grandfather.
Oh, what, to make sure that he doesn't rattle his head?
Yep. Granted, not like it changes anything with his head.
True. Very true.
Of course, Marty changes that by accidentally getting them put in jail instead.
Yeah.
And with the timeline change.
Yeah.
So if they made me do is, I was framed. Yep. Ironically, her stunt double got injured during that crash that they used. Yep.
Ouch.
Yep. But yep, the last time
which makes me wonder which Tannen is actually the most dangerous.
I say alternate Biff. Alternate 85 Biff.
I don't know, Griff.
Yeah.
He was willing to try to bash Marty's head in with a freaking futuristic extendo bat.
But yeah.
I guess, do we go into...
Yeah, we go to Leah Thompson.
Yep, has Lorraine, Baines, McFly.
We get to see old Lorraine. Old and happy Lorraine with George. Talking about Marty's backstory about the Rolls Royce to his daughter.
Yeah.
Then we get to meet Mr. Well, sort of
Hell World or Biff World.
Biff World, sort of sluttier Lorraine because of Biff's insistence.
Of her getting breast implants, a couple facelifts, and she's just utterly destroyed.
Yep, an alcoholic.
Yeah. In a loveless marriage.
Yep. Blackmailed into being in a loveless marriage. While Biff has other ladies at the in his side.
Yeah. He's got mistresses. Why are you still hung up on Lorraine when you've got mistresses?
Yeah.
Why couldn't you just leave her alone?
Yeah. Of course, then we go back to the 50s here. We get a call forward to the alternate 80s. She says she'll never marry him even if he has $1 million.
I'm still on the fact that she's still calling Marty Calvin Klein.
Yeah. Yep, she just assumes that's his name.
But everybody calls him Marty.
Yeah. Yep, we get to see her remake the same stuff that happened the day before. Time repeats itself.
Yeah. Lord have mercy.
Of course, then we meet up Marty's Biff in the future.
Douglas J. Needles, played by one of the greatest bass players of all time, Flea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess he had time in between making Red Hot Chili Pepper albums.
Yep.
I mean, this was Mother's Milk era Flea. They hadn't hit it big with Blood Sugar Sex Magic yet. That'd be a couple years later.
Yeah, but we find out that, yep, he's Marty's actual Biff. Making Marty do things like brace him in a roll that would get Marty injured in a Rolls Royce.
In that car accident that would break his hands.
Become one of his superiors. Convince him to do fraud of some sort.
For him to end up being found out by Mr. Fujisu, played by James Ishida.
Yep.
Which he shows up in a lot of stuff. He shows up in a lot.
Yeah.
And read my facts, McFly. Lord have mercy. Marty, what happened? Why have you become like your father? Why? Plus, you knew Needles back in the 80s. Why would you even do anything that he suggests?
Because of his tick.
Oh, the damn chicken thing.
Yeah.
Thank the Lord the third movie actually did happen.
Yeah. Of course, we actually meet the new Jennifer.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Elizabeth Shue, since the Karate Kid, which we might have to redo.
Yeah, we should. We should.
Along with all the Cobra Kais.
We should.
Yeah.
We should. Yep, Elizabeth Shue as Jennifer Parker, unfortunately replacing Claudia Wells.
Because she was too busy taking care of her mother, who was ill.
Yeah, and that actually had Claudia leave acting for a good decade.
Yeah, but she would come back to reprise her role in the video game Claudia Wells.
And a bunch of other things pertaining to Back to the Future.
Yep, doing a lot of documentaries and stuff, yep. And also doing Comic-Cons.
Does Elizabeth Shue do any?
I don't think so.
Oh. I'd like to meet her.
Yep.
And no offense to Elizabeth Shue, fantastic actress. I really do like her, but she didn't feel like Jennifer to me.
Yep.
She did. By the third movie, I kind of felt it, but this movie, no.
Yep. Well, Zemeckis didn't really want Jennifer in the movie anyway. She wanted to make it just a Doc and Marty thing. And the whole ending at the beginning was a joke. It was meant to be a joke. If he knew that there was going to be a sequel, we would have never put her in the DeLorean in the first place. So they had to find some way to get rid of her.
Oh yeah, knock her out and make her think that it was all a dream of her meeting her future self.
Yeah.
I'm old.
Yeah. So yep, that was her duty, was cause more shenanigans. Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
Of course. Let's talk about the other replacement, George McFly.
George McFly, played by
Jefferey Weissman.
Yes.
It's not his fault. It's more of the production's fault.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a big controversy about this, as when they were planning on making the second movie, they decided to undercut Crispin Glover on pay. Everybody else was getting roughly I mean, besides Michael and Christopher, I think, roughly $2 million to $4 million?
Yeah.
They were getting, while the supporting cast, they were getting $250 to about close to $300,000. They offered Crispin $125,000, less than everybody else in the film. He felt greatly offended by that. So he decided, no, if you're not going to pay me the same wage as everyone else, and you offended me in saying, oh, we're paying you that much because you're not on the same caliber as, importance or popularity as everyone else. He decided no. So then they get Jefferey Weissman, and to make him look like George, they actually used Crispin's face molding for when they did the prosthetics to make him look older. Used that as a base and then made new prosthetics to make him look like Crispin. Crispin would later on sue Bob Gale and others for that. Because, yeah, that was them stealing his likeness and image. And that would later on actually become a rule for the Screen Actors Guild, that you need permission to use someone's likeness. I feel like Crispin Glover was screwed over royally.
Yep.
And it blows my mind that a lot of people thought that was still him.
Yeah, well, they also used a bit of his archive footage for Back to the Future 1.
Yeah. While other scenes, they obscured Jeffrey's face so you didn't think that it wasn't Crispin.
Yep. But he did fine for what he had. He tried to do his best Crispin Glover impression.
Yeah.
Of course, that came up, of course, because of all that Crispin Glover drama. That's where George became a tombstone. The plan came up.
To kill him off.
Yeah, by Bob Gale, yep.
And to this day, Crispin Glover and Bob Gale still have beef.
Yeah. He reconciled with Robert Zemeckis, but not Bob Gale.
He never had issues with Zemeckis. I mean, despite their friction while filming, he still has a great deal of respect for Robert Zemeckis.
Yep. Of course, we also had, like we saw a couple. Well, we had a couple reprising roles.
Oh, Harry Waters Jr. as Marvin Berry.
Yeah, doing the same stuff.
Yeah, letting Chuck know of that sound that he's been looking for.
Yeah.
And we also saw Donald Full of play Goldie Wilson III.
Yep.
Who's now a car salesman.
Well, his dad's the mayor.
Funny.
Yep. Of course, in the lead scene, Mark McClure was supposed to show up as Dave.
Yeah, who unfortunately is a depressed drunk.
Yep. Runs in the family.
Oof.
Yep.
Hey, alcoholism is hereditary.
Yeah, so of course, the problem was Winnie Jo Sperber was pregnant at the time, so they couldn't film anything with her.
So they wrote her off, kinda.
Yep. She only gets mentioned in the finished version. Same thing with Dave, because they feel right to just have Dave without Linda there. So yeah. But
I guess let's get into the good.
Yep.
I mean, the plot was still good. Fun idea of what the future could have been.
Yeah.
Seeing major key moments of the first movie, and learn to never alter time for direct personal gain.
I do like seeing Marty seeing himself do all the stuff again. Including getting to see his dad finally punch him because he missed it. Yeah. He was there at the end.
He didn't know. Yeah, he didn't know he had it in him.
Yep. So he finally got to see it and celebrate it.
And while the special effects in the first film were really good as far as the DeLorean is concerned, this went up the ante. I mean, the flying cars, the hoverboards.
The special effects of putting the same actor into so many spots.
Yeah.
That was a brand new thing. That was when the ILM camera, that was its first time making it. They did it for Zemeckis. He asked for it while he was doing Roger Rabbit. And he knew he had to do it, so that they made him a whole Panic-like camera that could do it. Put three Martys into one, 3 Michael J. Foxes in one. And they had a brief earthquake. Thankfully, with a tremor, so nothing affected the camera.
Huh. That's crazy.
Yep. So yeah, it was a brand new thing, which now is a regular thing. That you can have multiple of one actor.
Yeah.
We'll see that once we do Avengers, Endgame.
Yeah.
And the multiverse stuff. Yeah, it's all you have to think Back to the Future for all that. Back to the Future 2 for all that part.
And with us now being well past 2015, we actually can look back and some things they predicted actually did become true.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, video calls, which now we have Skype.
Yep.
Multiple ways to watch shows.
Or live streams, give or take.
Yeah. Multiple ways to watch shows.
Yeah.
I mean, we actually can have multiple screens.
You know, they're all getting more expensive with the screens. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why physical media, we position for more physical media should be king.
Yeah.
And bring back more Blu-rays and DVDs.
Yes,
vinyls died, but they came back from the dead, so that it's not impossible for VHSs, DVDs, and Blu-rays to come back from the dead.
We do still have kind of the prototype of the hoverboard.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still not actively out for, everybody to get, but they're working on it.
Yeah. Despite Robert Zemeckis trolling in the 80s.
Yeah. The lies. Nike did end up making the power laces, though unfortunately still not available to the public. Only Michael J. Fox and a couple others actually have, the shoes with the power laces. I don't understand why faxes were such a big thing during that time. I mean, we still have fax machines, but they're not that important anymore. Pepsi Perfect still isn't a thing, but we did get it for one time during that anniversary year.
Sadly, that was the one thing I didn't get because it was too expensive.
Well, yeah, because it was a limited edition bottle.
That's why I only got this during this time, yeah.
Which I wish I could have gotten Pepsi Perfect.
Yeah, me too. Because I'm more of a Pepsi guy.
Yeah,
I like drinking Coke when it's convenient.
Same here. But now to the bad.
We've already discussed the Crispin Glover controversy.
No Claudia Wells.
Yeah.
Hoverboards being real was a lie, Zemeckis. Why did you troll us with that? Marty's hatred of being called a chicken comes out of nowhere.
Yep, Bob Gale says he regrets that they did it. He wishes that they could have done that
in the first movie.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it would make much more sense.
And also no Huey Lewis in the news music. I mean, hey, as a
Uh-huh.
consolation, we did get Beat It by Michael Jackson and I Can't Drive 55 by Sammy Hagar.
Along with still the Ellen Silvestri music. Especially with the Dark Timeline, that's my favorite score is. With the Dark 85 timeline of music score from Alan Silvestri.
And I mean, that's also where we hear I Can't Drive 55.
Yep. So, yep. Other than that, what has to do with the scores?
Yeah. Oh, wait. Additional cameo.
Oh, yeah.
A young Elijah Wood.
Yep. Which one day we'll go back to do the faculty since I just got the Blu-ray for the special edition Blu-ray. So now we can actually review it. Sadly, it has no deleted scenes, but we do have actual interviews from the monster makers of the movie.
I got a shirt to get you.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I give this a 9 out of 10. It's one of my favorite sequels because I like the future bits where they go to 2015, the visualness. I like Marty dressing up as Marty Jr., the visualness of Marty Jr. looks nice. Of course, we also get, him going back and seeing himself reenact all this stuff. Even though in Marty's case, it's just only been a day ago, so it's been a very long day for Marty. But I still recommend watching. I still like it. I still recommend watching it.
God, this is a difficult one for me. For me, I'm giving it an 8.5. I wouldn't necessarily put it up, that high. I still enjoy it, but yeah, there are just too many gripes that I have for me to put it up that high. I mean, it's still a good film, still a good companion piece to the first one. I enjoy some of the new stuff that we see. There's just some things that I can't put it that high.
But before we go, we're almost in the trilogy.
Yep.
Finishing it up.
With Back to the Future Part 3.
The Western movie.
Yeehaw.
So, want to roll us out?
Oh, sure. Well, thank you all for watching us. Definitely come back and watch us again. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share, and click the post notification bell if you're already subscribed to keep up to date with all of our upcoming videos. Well, cut, print, that's a wrap.